And I want to talk briefly about a concept that I think is super important and maybe probably super valuable for you if you actually put it to work. So the idea is using ChatGPT plus software with a service plus getting one client plus 8 hours of work equals $5,000 in 7 days. And that's not just a cute title. I'm going to break down exactly how that works. And if you're not sure what any of that means, don't worry. I'm going to go through it. Just to give you some background, I've been using chat almost every single day since I first learned about it a couple months ago. And I have to admit, it's pretty amazing. But I've been seeing a lot of people posting about how you can use chat to make art or make courses or make books to sell on Amazon. And I don't have the data to back me up on this one, but my gut tells me that low barrier to entry means it's going to get commoditized really fast. In other words, a lot of people are going to enter the marketplace and it's just going to be a race to the bottom. It's just going to be that much harder to stand out in a sea of unoriginal content and to actually spot like real expertise. So don't get me wrong, I love ChatGPT, but the question is there a better way to use ChatGPT? And the answer is yes, because I feel one of the best ways to use chat is together with a real business. So instead of simply trying to produce commoditized content, you're going to use it as a tool to start and scale your business faster and just plain get more work done. So obviously, I have a course on how to clone my own digital marketing business, and I love the model. It's worked out really well for me. And I thought it's easier than ever. Like I already thought it was easier than ever to start a digital marketing agency. Like literally all the information is out there. You don't even need a course. But now with tools like chat, it's never been faster to get a marketing agency off the ground and profitable in record time, like within hours. Like I'm not kidding on that. So it's no longer a question of knowledge or time. It's just a question of whether or not you're going to actually do it. Now, of course, this pretty much applies to any business model. But, if I were to break down starting an agency into 7 steps, they are, number 1, choose a niche. Number 2, find a real problem this industry deals with. Find a way to solve that problem. Create a dynamite, no-brainer offer. Build a landing page, run ads to the landing page like Facebook, Google, or YouTube, and then book calls and close. And if you're freaking out about any of that, don't worry. I'm going to cover that all here. Now, just for context, just so you know that I'm a person that knows what I'm talking about. I'm not just one of these guys that's hopping on the chat bandwagon. I've actually had my own digital marketing agency since 2010, and it's allowed me to do lots of cool stuff like travel to different countries, live in different countries. We lived in Mexico for like 5.5 years, travel to a lot of different countries, and generally have a lot of time and freedom with my family. And yes, of course, I'm married with 3 kids. And, in other words, I'm not just some single guy living in Bali for $1,000 a month. So I think a digital marketing agency has a ton of advantages. Obviously, it's easy to start, little to no startup capital, etc. But now you have the tech to help you every single step of the way. And that's what I want to talk about right now. Going back to the title, ChatGPT plus SwaS, or software with a service plus one client. All you have to get is one client and do 8 hours worth of work. Anyone can do that. Anyone can work hard for 8 hours. That can potentially result in $5,000 in 7 days. Now, let me give you a big fat disclaimer. Everything that I'm going to share is totally just an example for illustrative purposes. Obviously, my numbers are super loosey-goosey to make a point, okay? The first time that you're going to use chat to get some of the basics out of the way first. Like this makes it faster than ever to choose a niche, company name, etc. And trust me, these are things that people can spend weeks and weeks on, but now you can do it in literally under an hour. And I'm going to give you another big fat disclaimer. You should not rely on ChatGPT alone to get all of your data. Go to YouTube, look at ads, go to industry associations and blogs, visit business websites, and of course, nothing beats speaking with actual real business owners. So with that said, you get the point, right? But you can use chat to give you a massive head start. Like all you need to do is get out of the harbor, and then you can always change course later. So with that in mind, I want to go to ChatGPT, and we're going to start knocking this out. So remember, the first one is to choose a niche. When you're choosing a niche to get started with, you want to get specific. You can go wide later after you've got sales coming in, but to get started, you want to choose a specific vertical. So if you already know people in a certain industry, like maybe you're in mortgage or insurance or home services like plumbing or whatever, then run with that. But if not, and then just to show you, you can ask chat something like this. You can say, what are some examples? Let's see here. What are some examples of small to mid-size businesses that need help marketing online? Something like that, right? And you can see what chat is going to answer. And of course, it's going to be slow. I haven't yet upgraded to Plus, just so you know. That's over here. You can upgrade to Plus for $20. I haven't seen the need to, of course, until I actually do a video where it's recording. And here we go. There are many small to mid-sized businesses that can benefit from help online marketing. Here are a few examples. Okay. I'm going to just pause it for a second until it's all done for you. Okay, so you can see it's now finished and it's come up with a lot of good services. So it lists out a whole bunch of the different ones. I'm leaning towards something along the lines of health and wellness mainly because this is something that's going to survive during any kind of recession. If there is a recession or any kind of pandemic or whatever, people are going to get sick. They need help. So but I want to zero in a little bit more to that. So let me ask any more specific examples to number 3. Mental health professionals. Okay. I kind of like that one. Now, if we go back, we remember that, let me just show you, come back here. Okay. We want to find a real problem that this industry deals with. Okay. So we can use chat. Now, again, we don't want to rely solely on chat for our research. One thing we might want to do is simply go to Google, right? And put in something like, what are some challenges that mental health professionals deal with? So let's just say, what are some common challenges that mental health professionals have when marketing online? This isn't exactly what I'm looking for. Let's see. I'm going to click stop generating. What challenges do have in growing their practice online? Visibility. Okay, that's interesting, right? Because that's something that we can help them with. Online reputation management. Now we're cooking. Okay, so attracting new clients. There we go. Mental health professionals need to find ways to attract new clients to their practice. Adapting to online therapy. That's fine. Compliance with the regulations. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, the first couple are very interesting to me. Visibility, because there's so many health professionals online. Online reputation management. Okay, as we all know, reviews make a big, big, big deal. Attracting new clients. This is a massive one, right? Through social media, special promotions or offers. Okay, we're going to come back to this. Okay, so we have a niche, right? We've chosen a niche. We found a real problem that the industry deals with. Now we can find a way to solve that problem. So let's go back to this. Let's do something like, what are typical mental health professional services and how much do they cost? Individual therapy, mental health cost can wire $50 to $250 per session. Okay, that's very interesting. Let's say, okay, they're giving us a cost of per session, and okay, what is the lifetime value of a new patient to something like an average mental health professional? What we're trying to do is determine how much is each new patient worth. So if we're seeing cost per session, let's say on the high end it's $250. That's fine. But okay, so let's see here. According to $3,200, okay, $600. Okay, we're going to come back to this. But we're going to do some math here and just say, let's just go make it easy. We're going to say it's $100 per session. Okay. And if we can get them 5 sessions, that's fine. Okay. Let's ask something like, what is the average amount of sessions a patient will book with a mental health professional? Of course, it's going to vary. We're just looking for average. And again, okay, between 6 to 12 sessions, right? Okay, that's important. 6 to 12 sessions. And we're going to say, let's just say for sake, we're going to come back to this and do some math. Now, SaaS or SwaS. This is one of my components right here, right? ChatGPT plus SwaS, right? What we want to look at then is, what is SwaS? Like, first, if you're not sure what that is, it's software with a service. So unlike pure SaaS, which is software as a service, SwaS is usually, not always, involves a human element. I mean, you can go pure SaaS, but it can be hard to stand out. When you offer a service, you're incorporating a human element to it, and that means a higher perceived value, and you can charge more. And with SwaS, you're leveraging the automation of software together with a personal touch of a real human. And so, to be clear, you should still replace as many human activities with software as possible, but you have the human touch just to ensure everything is going smoothly, and of course, to communicate with the client and provide good customer service and the whole thing. Now, with mental health professionals as the chosen niche, what software would actually be helpful for them? Well, there's a ton of them out there, but one of my favorites is HighLevel, and I'll put the link in the description, of course. I've been personally using it in my own agency for 2 years now, and I love it. And I love it mostly for the automations and some of the features that every business should have, like website chat, all-in-one inbox, etc. So let me go back real fast. Now, got in the niche, we found a real problem the industry deals with. We're finding a way to solve that problem. Now, what we need to do is come up with a dynamite no-brainer offer, okay? So we're going to go back to chat for that, right? What is it something that mental health professionals need? Like, they're a business, so they need new patients to have that business. So we can go to Google, and we could do something like, looking up mental health professional leads, or how do I get new patients for my mental health practice, and then just see what's coming up. So of course you can go to Google and you can see what's coming up, or when in doubt, you can use a formula like this. And I'm not going to use chat to write, I'm just showing you here without Z or sucky thing. Of course, my typing is bad when I'm recording, in a time period, in a timeline. So something like 5 new patients this month, or let's say in the next 30 days with spending a dime on ads. Something like that, or posting to social media, or asking your friends and family, or whatever. And you can even make it juicier. So you can even add a guarantee. So you might try something like get 10 new patients in the next 10 days without spending a dime on ads, or you don't pay. So let's just say, you're like, Sean, how are we going to get those 10 leads? And that's a good question. And your offer is tied directly to your services. So you want to make sure that you can actually deliver. Plus, you want to make sure that, it's actually going to drive real new business. So don't offer a service just because you think it's a good thing. Like, posting on Twitter is probably not the ideal way to drive a new business for a mental health professional. You're going to use chat, okay? And then you're also going to use HighLevel in your business, which you should. And you could consider one of the following services. Like, let me pull up just, you can consider something like database reactivation. Man, I can't type. Which is basically, you're going to get the client's database, work with them on an approved offer, and then send it via email and texting, SMS. And of course, HighLevel makes this super easy. You can offer live chat, which is basically, speed to lead with a website chat, but it's powered by real humans. Like, you can use ChatGPT itself for this, at least for the initial connection or conversation. And then what you can do is zap it. Like, using Zapier, you can connect everything to HighLevel workflows, or just straight into your own client's phone or email or whatever. Remember, they were talking about reviews. So like online reputation management, like basically, let's just say like reviews, right? Getting them new reviews for your mental health professionals and make it automated for them. You can also look at some SEO, light SEO, by basically pimping out their Google business profile, right? That's a big one. There's a lot more stuff like running ads, SEO, content marketing, social, and all the ones. But the ones that I listed right here are the ones that are going to get you some immediate traction. Basically, your client's going to be able to see the results, which equates to retention, which means more month-to-month growth for your business. And the best kind of B2B offers are the ones that have the promise of growth, like revenue and more sales. Promising reviews is good, so I like this one because people kind of equate reviews with revenue, but it's not direct. And then promising page one results, is okay, but those are just kind of a means to an end. Whereas live chat, which is immediately talking to your people, that's kind of a big deal. And then a database reactivation, that's kind of a big deal. I'm a big fan of this one because you're basically making your people money right out of the gate and they love you. Let's go ahead and go back to, where are we at? Build a landing page, right? So we got a dynamite, no-brainer offer. Now we want to go to a landing page, okay? So this is going to be like your base camp online. And this could be like a single page. It could be part of your funnel, or it could be a page on your website. And this is going to include all of the elements of your brand's name, like your name, your logo, etc. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. They can waste weeks or months trying to get it right, the right business name. They ask their friends and family. They ask about colors and logos and website and all that. And spoiler alert, I'm going to let you know, it doesn't really matter. Like, there are companies with crazy names out there that are doing good stuff because it's all about your offer and the results that you get for your client. And that's way more important than your cutesy website, right? Or a cutesy logo or whatever. And then, of course, we're going to use ChatGPT, and then we use HighLevel, and it's never been easier. So let's go back to chat right here. Let's get started with the business name, right? So what are some great business names for a mental health professional? Business name ideas for Mindful Healing, Thrive Therapy, Serenity Counseling, Safe Haven Mental Health. Oh, these are great. Harmony Wellness Center, Hopeful Horizons Therapy. Okay, just to keep things simple, let's go with Mindful Healing. Just to, I like actually a lot of these names on this. I like anything that's alliteration, like Thrive Therapy. What you want to do, if you want to get crazy, let's see. I like those. Can you come up with 10 more? Okay, the reason I'm asking this is because maybe we decide, we really like Mindful Healing, okay? But what you want to do is then go to someplace like GoDaddy or any domain registrar and see if you can get the domain. Ideally, you get the .com. Also, just be sure to Google the business name and see what comes up. Obviously, if someone else has the business name, then you're going to have to try something else. So let's pretend all 10 of those are taken. Inner Light Counseling. I kind of like that one. So let's go with Inner Light Counseling, right? Now, what we want to do is focus on, we want to get a logo and some color schemes, right? What would be a good idea for a logo and color scheme for this business name? Something like that. A stylized representation of a flame or candle. This is great. An abstract design incorporating the letter I or L in a way that creates an impression of shining light. So again, this is stuff that people spend ages and ages on trying to figure out the exact right thing. Let's go with Inner Light Counseling, for example. Now remember, our entire goal of this is speed. So the faster you get this done, the faster you can get some clients coming in. So it doesn't matter what our business name is if we don't have any clients coming in. With these instructions, you can go to a place like Fiverr and basically hand over the instructions to a designer. You can find someone that can make logos. Or you can go to Canva and make your own logo. Obviously it needs to look good, or at least good enough to get going, and you can always update your logo later. Let's go with another one. We need a subtitle or a slogan. So let's say, what would be a great slogan? Okay, so guiding you towards your inner strength, blah, blah, blah. It's giving us a bunch. Let's say we want the slogan to be a little bit more catchy. So let's refine it. Can you do a slogan in just 3 words? Sure. Here, shine from within, find inner strength, illuminate your path, empower your light, unleash your inner potential, unlock inner healing. Kind of like that one. So again, for the sake of this video, we're just running with that, okay? What is the title? Inner Light Counseling, unlock your inner healing. We have an idea for a logo. We have an idea for, the slogan, the colors, everything, right? You have your business name, logo, colors, everything, and you just need to create a website or landing page, and you don't need a full website to get started. You just need a quick home online that you can funnel leads to. And of course, if you do this with Go HighLevel, you can do this in a couple of clicks, either a full website or just a landing page. Literally, they have simple sites that are plug and play. You swap out your logo, swap out some of your own wording, and that's enough. And then, of course, if you're not in love with any of those, you can go to a place like ThemeForce and grab a great theme there with like a one-click demo import and then swap out the content with your own. And then, of course, you can use chat to write all the copy for you. Okay, so let's see where we're at on our list. Build a landing page, great. Now we want to run ads to the landing page. Okay, so this is already getting pretty long, so I want to make this really short. To make this all work, you need to actually get a client, even just one. Then you want to follow it by as many other clients as you can every single month, of course. Trust me, the fastest way to get new clients is to run ads. And I've done the Chamber of Commerce thing. I've done the networking thing, the LinkedIn thing. I've done posting in Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups. I've done the cold email thing. I've done the referral thing. I've done it all. And all those things work. They do. They just take time. And my entire goal is to help you get at least one new client in record time. And to do that, you should run ads. To put it into perspective, I've had ads go live in the morning, and then on the very same day, I've closed new leads into paying clients. Now you're going to take your offer and run with it on Facebook. At this moment, it's still the easiest of the platforms to run ads. I like YouTube and I love Google. Even TikTok now is really coming up in the world, but Facebook is still the easiest at this point. Make a video or a graphic, in Canva. If you're doing graphic, it's got to be really ugly. Like I've seen people using yellow with pink lettering, that kind of thing. And if you need some inspiration, just go to the Facebook ads library, punch in a few keywords related to your niche and see what comes up. Okay, so we're going to run ads to the landing page. Now, you want to use lead forms and lead ads to seem to be working pretty well right now. Facebook likes it when you keep users on its platform, and running lead ads plays nicely with that. Then you have your leads integrate into whatever CRM you're using. And again, I suggest HighLevel, and you get instant notifications to follow up, or you can even automate the follow-up, the nurture, and the booking. Again, there's a ton of information online, and this video is already getting too long, but I want to keep it simple for you. Okay, so number 7, book calls and close deals. I don't want to make it sound too easy, but getting a business owner to see that you can provide them with the tools and services to make them more money is it's just not a hard sell at all. Like if you manage to get on the phone with them, there's a big fat part of them that just wants what you're offering. They are already so busy enough. If they know that they can just give this to somebody and they can run with it and actually do it, they're sold. The hard part comes when having to convince them that they should trust you and pay you when they've been burned before by so many other companies and agencies. And trust me, if they've been in business for any more than, say, like a year, they've most likely been burned. The entire goal is to get the client on the phone, use your offer, use your ad, your landing page, and your calendar, which of course comes with HighLevel, and then you can automatically book the calls with your prospects. And assuming everything goes well, you can get on the phone with prospects, find out some of their pains and their goals, and then present them with a plan with your services. Now, I have some of my own sales questions, but let me just quickly go back to chat and say something like this. Give me a great example of a sales script to use, something like this, to use when trying to close a business owner. We'll just say business owner at this point, not mental health professional, as a client for my digital marketing services, something like that. Okay, so introduction, establishing the need, presenting the solution, any objections. If you're not sure about objections, you can type some of them in here, like, oh, well, what makes you guys different from others, or yeah, I've used agencies before, but whatever. Let's follow it up with this, like, can you give me some more examples of discovery questions to ask, especially those that will help the business owner understand how not marketing online will hurt their ability to generate revenue. What I really want to do is see establishing the need. I really kind of want to dig into the pain there. That's why I'm asking that. What percentage of your marketing channel budget is allocated to online channels? They're like, maybe 5%, or we're not really spending anything. How many website visitors are you getting each month? That is something that they will not know. By them not knowing, that's actually good because it makes it seem like you do know. How well do you think your competitors are doing with their online marketing efforts? Oh, geez, there's this guy down the street. He's just killing it. He keeps getting more patients. I'm just trying to keep up with him. Whatever. As you can see, by asking these types of questions, you can help the business owner see the importance. So basically, you can use this as the basis of your own sales script. Now, keep in mind that besides your offer, it will ultimately boil down to the business owner making a gut feeling on the phone that they just like and trust you. So be likable, be trustable. How much people like you is up to how cool you are, and I cannot teach that, but I can help with the trust part. Number one, you want to ask a lot of questions. So I could go back to chat and ask for even more specific questions that I can ask to really kind of dig in the pain a little bit. And then you can also offer a 100% money back guarantee. You're going to say, Sean, these are some services. It's not just a product that they can return. Like I'm doing real human hours here. And I know that. That's actually why I didn't offer a guarantee in my business. Like I said, I've had my agency since 2010. And for the longest time, I didn't offer a guarantee. I used to say, well, it's Google, it's marketing, there's no guarantees. But a mentor of mine told me, who's got a similar business, he said, Sean, even if the client signs a contract with your terms, it doesn't matter because they can always try and do a chargeback with their credit card company. And a lot of times they win. So you might as well roll with that and build that into your own sales process by offering a guarantee. And so ever since then, I started adding a full 30-day money-back guarantee, and it definitely sets my agencies apart from all the others out there. If the business owner is shopping around, maybe having that guarantee is going to help you edge out that competition. Now, I said 8 hours of work, right, in 7 days. So from the time that you first make contact with a business owner to taking the credit card to running services for them, you're always selling them the next step. So like every single step moves forward. When you take their credit card and begin services, you're selling them on the next month of services and so on. So with all of the services you can offer, you should focus on getting real tangible results that the client can see. So if it doesn't lead to new business, like they won't care too much. So again, in my experience, one of the fastest way to get tangible results in the shortest time possible is to do a list activation or database reactivation of some sort. Basically, you're going to get a hold of the business owner's list, like they always have it in like QuickBooks or database or whatever it is, and then you're going to run an approved offer to that list. It could be an offer that they're already running elsewhere, like maybe on their own website or Groupon or mailers or wherever, and then think of one that would work well for them. And then of course, you can use your own research and then see what others in the niche are offering as well. And then you basically simply text it out to their list. You can use Twilio for this. That's built into HighLevel, of course, which is why I'm another super massive fan of HighLevel. But basically, you load it up, review it, test it like crazy, and then hit send. And I wouldn't send it out to the entire list at once. Just chunk it down and then watch the results with each batch. And your client is going to be happy. And they're going to be like, wow, where have you been all this time? And you're getting that done in the very first 30 days. In fact, you can probably get it done in the first 10 days. So right out of the gate, their trust is going to skyrocket with you because you're making them real money. By the way, that's going to take less than 8 hours of work. I mean, maybe altogether, getting their database and putting that together, scrubbing the database a little bit, making sure it's clean, loading it up to HighLevel, and then doing a couple of tests. That's it, because then the software is going to do the rest. So that'll be a cumulative total of probably maybe 8 hours of work. Okay, so that's pretty amazing to generate them a good amount of money in 8 hours of work, okay? $5K in 7 days. Now, so above, we chose to work with mental health professionals. If we say that on average, a new patient comes in, 6 to 12 times, let's just go on the low end. Let's say 6 times, and each time that they come in, it's $100. So let's get rid of that. Let's do some basic math. Let's say that if we did our research, and of course, we're not using chat strictly alone for our research, we're actually going to talk to real business owners, but let's just assume, and again, these numbers are loosey-goosey, but let's assume that the average new patient comes in 6 times, and each new patient is worth $100, right? Is potentially $600 new dollars to your client, right? Now, let's say that they have a database of 5,000 people, right, on their database. And then you run your offer to that database. And let's say the response rate is, let's just keep it simple, 1%. That means that there's going to be 50 people, right? So 50 people respond. So let's just do the math here, right? $600 could potentially result in $30,000 new dollars. If I did my math right there, yep, $30,000, right? Of new potential revenue. And that's all from just people asking, or you doing a simple database reactivation. Now, how much is that worth to your client? We could even chop that in half. Let's say all these numbers are way overestimating, and let's just say it's $15,000, right? Can you realistically charge them $5,000 to make $15,000? That seems kind of like a no-brainer. Every single time that they get a new patient from their own database, you're going to add a little hashtag that, gives you credit for the work that you did. It's going to attribute that to you, right? The point is, when you make a business owner money, within days, they fall in love with you, and you can sell them ongoing monthly services. You can even offer them a discount if they pay a year up front. They literally will have the budget to pay you because you just created it for them with one of their own business assets, which is their own database. Now, the final part of this, right, is in 7 days. Now, this is the final part of my own cute little equation, right? You can do all of the above. You can do all of this in under 7 days. In fact, you can go crazy fast because most of what's listed here is totally in your control. In other words, you don't have to wait for somebody else to do the work. And you're going to have chat and other software do the heavy lifting for you. Now, there's a few things outside of your control, like how fast Facebook approves your ad. It's usually less than a day. How fast you get a client to close. It may take a couple of days of follow-up. And then, of course, how fast your client will get you their database. But if you do an onboarding call, you can get it right then. And again, this is all just based on my own opinion and my own experience. But I think you should always do your own due diligence and make sure that this is kind of the business model that you want to run with. But basically, I want to show you that this is something that you can really do. Now, if you have any other questions or how to actually make it work, you can, of course, check out, just go to clonemydigitalbusiness.com. And you'll see this. I'll put the link in the description, and you can get $600 off the original price right now. I don't know how long I'll keep that on there, but at least for now. And I say right here, step-by-step training to make $6K to $16K in under 30 days, even with no experience. And I break it down exactly in the course, exactly how to do that. It's similar to what I just talked about here. Honestly, you don't even need my course. You can just go onto the sales page and look at the course curriculum and see how I break it down, and just copy each one of those line items and put it into chat and just see what you come up with. The only reason you would even take the course is if you want some more personalized instruction from me. But as always, I'm happy to answer any questions. Again, it's never been easier with chat and Go High Level and the tools that we have these days. If you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I hope this helps you. And as always, I am here to help you.